Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Punting in Pauper, the show where I do my best to not absolutely punt and stumble my way through some Pauper games here on MTGO. I'm your host, Gord, and ladies and gentlemen, the deck this week I'm very excited to play almost needs no introduction, and that, of course, is Affinity. This has been a very popular deck in Pauper for a very long time, and other formats at that, but Pauper for sure. Um, and it comes in a whole lot of different colors and, slight different variants. But the shell usually stays fairly similar. So today we're going to be playing the 4-color variant. So without any further ado, let's get into the deck list. Now, over in the mana base here, we have Darksteel Citadel, colorless land, indestructible. All of our lands are going to be artifact lands, so that's gonna, help us with our synergies because all we care about is artifacts in this deck. So we got that one. The black land we'll be playing is Vault of Whispers. The green is Tree of Tales. Blue, Seed of the Synod, and red is the Great Furnace. So we're playing 4 copies of each for a total of 17 lands. So. It is a low land count, but we do have some other ways to make mana in the deck. We're going to be playing Springleaf Drum, which is a 1-mana artifact, and then we can tap an untapped creature we control to add 1 mana of any color to our mana pool. So this is going to help us fix, make sure we're on colors, and we can use our creatures to kind of help ramp us. Next up, we're also playing the Chromatic Star. This is a 1-drop artifact, and we can pay 1 of any color, sack it, and add a mana of any color to our mana pool. So it helps us fix again. Doesn't help us ramp, but does help us fix. But when the star hits the graveyard, we get to draw a card. So that's pretty nice. Kind of helps us out. We do have some artifact leaving the battlefield synergies as well. Next up, we're playing our version of Lightning Bolt in Galvanic Blast. So for 1 red, this deals 2 damage to any target, but it deals 4 if we control 3 or more instead. That's the Metalcraft ability there. So you can just see now with our lands, even just having 3 lands out, a Gal Blast is a 4 damage Lightning Bolt. So that's pretty darn cool. Love it. Next up is Witching Wail. This is just a 1 of a running in the deck. It is just a utility artifact. 1 blue. When it enters the battlefield, we get to scry 2, so we get to look reasonably deep in the deck, and then we can pay 4 mana to sacrifice the Witching Wail and draw 2 cards. We're also playing a 1 of in the deck, Krark Clan Shaman. This is a 1/1 Goblin Shaman, and we can sacrifice an artifact and it deals 1 damage to each creature without flying. So we're going to use this as essentially a sweeper on a body for us. So. And finally, in the 1-drop slot, we have Disciple of the Vault. So this is what we're splashing black for. It is a 1/1 human cleric for 1. And when an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may have target opponent lose 1 life. So that includes our opponent's artifacts as well. Now, over in the 2-drop slot here, we gotta start off with the smiling guy himself, Atog. So 2 mana for a 1/2 Atog. It has sacrifice an artifact, and Atog gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So if this is ever unblocked and opponent's tapped out, we can just sack our whole board, essentially, make it really, really big, and end the opponent right there. And while that Atog is really big, we're also going to be playing 1 copy of Temur Battle Rage to give it double strike and trample if it is blocked. So this is a nice card to help us finish out the game. And additionally, we're also going to play Fling. So after damage, or if Atog's going to be removed, this is just a good spell. All we have, for 2 mana, we have to sacrifice a creature, which is going to be Atog, and Fling deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to any target. So essentially, you can see the top-down flavor if you're not familiar with this card. We're literally picking up Atog and throwing it at our opponent. For the other 2-drop slots here, we're going to play 4 copies of Carapace Forger. It is a 2-mana 2/2 Elf Artificer, but it has a Metalcraft similar to Galvanic Blast, where it gets +2/+2 as long as we control 3 or more artifacts. So again, we're playing some low-cost artifacts. We have artifacts in the mana base, so this is very rarely not going to be, or very rarely will this be a 2/2. It's often going to be a 4/4 for 2 for us. We got 3 copies of Prophetic Prism. We're probably familiar with this one at this point. 2 mana. When it ETBs, we can redraw, and then 1 mana to fix our mana. We can put it into the Prism, tap it, help us fix. So great Pauper card. We see lots of it. And finally, for the 2-drop slot, we're playing 2 copies of Mirror Retriever, and this is a brand new downshift from Double Masters. So I'm really excited to try it out in this deck. I'm just running 2 copies just to kind of see what it does, see if we get any value in it, if it's worth running, just kind of as a casual 2-of, or maybe just a 1-of later on. So yeah, we'll see how that works. It is a 2-mana 1/1, and whenever Mirror Retriever dies, return another artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. So if one of our bigger threats gets removed, we can perhaps sack the Retriever to our Atog or our Shaman to grab another creature act from our graveyard, or if Mirror Retriever dies blocking, we can get some value that way. Yeah, let's move over to the 4-drop slot, and we only have 1 card, and it's that cute little frog boy himself, Frogmite. So 4 mana of any color for a 2/2 artifact creature frog. Now, the great thing about Affinity is the artifacts we control count for one of these colorless mana. So very often we're going to be playing Frogmite as a reduced cost, and even as a free 2/2. So Affinity is a very powerful mechanic. Speaking of which, up in the 5-drop slot here, we have Thoughtcast, but again, we're going to try to often have 4 artifacts on the field and only pay 1 blue mana for this to draw 2 artifacts. So obviously a great rate to dig through our deck and kind of keep going. And then finally, our last Affinity piece here is our Mirror Enforcer, a 7 mana 4/4. But again, we're not going to pay retail for this. We're gonna yeah, cheat it out with some artifacts on board. So that's the main deck. We'll have a quick peek over at the sideboard here. We're playing 2 Dispels, counter targeting instant spell against, combo and some control decks. Reaping the Graves with Storm, 3 mana, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand to help us get stuff back. Keep loops going with our Atog. Then we're going to play 2 like Trickeries for a little bit more of effective sweeping. We have some extra Shamans should we need them. 3 Red Elemental Blasts, just for against blue decks. That's just good. So then we got 1 more Frogmite should we need to bring in more creatures. Ichor Wellspring, just for some more card draw. Relic of Progenitus to hate on graveyards, and then Welding Jar, just to regenerate anything that we might care about. So yeah, that's the deck. Let's get into some games here. Alright, doing some punting with 4-color Affinity. We win the die roll, and we don't have a second land here, unfortunately, so this hand won't work out, which, yeah, it has some potential, but we'll have to mulligan. Okay, we have 2 lands. We have Fixing. Can we get a creature out? Yeah, we can. We'll keep this. I think we'll put the Star's a redraw, though. No, we'll put the Star to the bottom. Alright, let's go Darksteel Citadel into a Springleaf Drum. Pass turn like that. Opponent plays a Barrenmoor tapped. We draw Atog, which is interesting. Let's Frogmite. And I think we want to be as aggressive as we can here, because it looks like we're up against a black deck that's just going to remove a lot of our stuff. So let's go ahead and pay green, tap our Frogmite, tap Vault of Whispers, play out our Forger. 6 power on board, turn 2 is pretty reasonable, so pass like that. One play second swamp, okay. And they pass. Alright, well, let's see what we draw. Tree of Tails. Well, we'll happily play that. I don't know if we quite want to play Atog yet. Let us suck up some of the removal. Let's just get in for 6. Hold up these cards. We can't cast them, unfortunately, but I don't know. We just might want to be aggressive here and race. Opponent does have 7 cards in hand. There's the cast down. Okay, yep. That's fair. Get in for 2. Yeah, cast down is a great downshift from Double Masters for black decks. That is probably one of the, if not the best removal spell in the meta right now. And then there's the Chainer's Edict. Okay, yep, we'll sack Frogmite. And the Bone Picker. Oh, okay, so this is the mono black Delver list, they're calling it, because Bone Picker is essentially a flipped Delver, and all you have to do is kill an opponent's creature, so, okay. Well, we need to draw a red source, or at least some sort of fixing here. Thoughtcast. Yeah, well, we have no fixing, so, yeah, pass turn. We might just be out of this. Oh, that's sad. Super pumped to see this new deck, though, that's for sure. Opponent gets him for 3, you betcha. And then Thorn, oh boy, yeah, okay. We're really getting it handed to us here a little bit. So, oh, Great Furnace though, that's something. So we'll go boom, boom, boom. I think we should Thoughtcast. Not bad. Rebuilding our board here a bit. One mana short to cast our Enforcer in this setup, but that's okay. Opponent doesn't need to know we have that. And if this dies, we get back our Frogmite, so. We are going to take 4 again this turn, and they will have Monarch, but... Okay, opponent's going to sign in Blood. It's a Swamp. Gets in. Well, we'll block Thorn with Mirror Retriever. Maybe that's their plan all along. We got the Chainer's Edict in hand, likely. That might have been a pun. But yeah, we'll grab Frogmite. Seems good. Good trade for us. Yeah, okay, they had Cast down, so either way. Alright. And another Bone Picker, wow. This deck is good. This deck is sweet, wow. They draw a card. Alright. Alright, so we draw Seed of the Synod. We get us all of our colors, which is neat. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 Frogmite. And then... Oh, whoops. We don't have to pay mana, because we have Affinity. And we floated it all. Oh boy. Well, cast. And pass. Whee! That's a little embarrassing. Got too excited. Oh well. I mean, technically we don't lose out on anything. We just... I don't know, our opponent's probably thinking, what the heck's going on? Okay, what do you got for us? Swings in for 6. Do they just have another one in hand? I guess we take 6. Chittering Rats. Well, let's then go boom like that. Get rid of the Thorn of the Black Rose. Ooh, nice. Nice play. Opponent gives the Thorn of the Black Rose Undying, so it's going to come back. So they're going to get extra value. Gets a 1/1 counter, so yeah. They 2 for 1 us big time, and we can't come back from this now, so we will go to sideboards. Alright. Alright, so after sideboards, I'm going to bring in Reaping the Graves, I think, here to hopefully maybe just get some of our Affinity back. And kind of like have a combo turn, also like get our stuff back if it's being removed. And then just a couple Dispels, kind of protect us from some removal. Going down 2 Chromatic Stars and Springleaf Drum. I don't know if that's necessarily the right call, but yeah, we'll try like that. Run it. Alright, we'll play first again. This seems reasonably keepable. It doesn't have any of our sideboard cards, but I don't know. This might just be a bad matchup. Opponent's on a brand new brew, too, so... Alright, so let's go Seed of the Synod, tap for a Springleaf Drum. Pass turn. The next turn, I think we'll Mirror Retriever Disciple. Opponent's got Divest. Okay, yep, that's fine. Pretty good tech against us for sure. Yeah, they rip Mirror Enforcer, okay. We draw another Disciple, that's interesting. Well, let's play Tree Tails. Let's cast Mirror Retriever. Then let's tap our Springleaf and our Mirror Retriever and run out a Disciple Vault. We'll pass the turn like that. Has the Defile, of course. Okay. We did a Thoughtcast here. Mirror Enforcer. That's not too bad. We'll do this. Let's play Disciple the Vault. Play Mirror Enforcer. Pass the turn. Maybe I'm running my hand out a little bit too fast, but I don't know, isn't that just what you're supposed to do with Affinity? Play big things really fast. Sign in Blood, okay. Alright, well we might get an attack in. Ooh, Prism is interesting. Let's go to combat. Attack, attack for 5. We'll leave back our Disciple Develop just in case anything wacky happens. Yep. There's a Snuff out. They're going to pay 4 life for it, so that's a reasonable trade, okay. And then we're going to save some triggers here. Alright, opponent down to 12. We'll play Prophetic Prism. We'll hit a Tree of Tails. Well, let's just play it. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent passes. And we hit Vault Whispers. That's not great. Go to combat. Attack for 1. I think we have to play the Vault Whispers here, because if we get Chittering Rats here, that just really hurts, right? To have to put the Vault Whispers back on top and just draw that land again, so... Yeah, I'd like to pretend we're keeping something up, spook our opponent, but... There's the Gray Merchant. Okay, I kind of had a feeling there was one of those coming. It's a little bit of a life swing, but this is what it is. Let's draw something nice here. Carapace Forger. That is nice. Okay, we will. Attack for 1. One's going to block. Okay. Well, trigger on the stack, trigger on the stack. We will grab a Mirror Enforcer. Hit opponent for 1. We'll cast the Mirror Enforcer. Cast a Carapace Forger. So we got bodies. It's going to cycle a Barrenmore, okay. Chittering Rats, okay. Well, we don't have any cards in hand, so that's not as bad. Just a 2-2. Opponent doesn't attack, naturally. Right, what do we hit here? A Fling. Neat. Okay. Well, we will go to combat. Attack, attack. It's going to block. Block, sure. Well, we'll take out the Gary. One down to 8. Oh, we should have flung. But we killed the Gary, so I think it was a decent trade, actually. Yeah, okay. Pass the turn. Gonna duress us. Ugh. Yeah, you got it. Then a Gray Merchant, okay. Fortunately, we can't make that trade again. Fortunately, opponent's down to pretty much top decks like us, and we just hit the Thought Cast, so we do get to dig too deep. Well, we can dig again with a Prism. We have a Seat in hand, and we get a land. Well, we'll play the land. Yeah, we can't make the trade again and leave them with the Chittering Rats, because then they just get in eternally, so yeah, we'll have to pass the turn. We do have a counter up, which is nice. And I believe Cast Down and Defile are all instant, so that's nice. We do have protection from those. One's going to play Bajuka Bog, Exile, or Yard. So we can't get a Mirror Enforcer back, but that's not the end of the world. Draw us to the Synod. Well, let's play it. And pass the turn. Not much for action going on now. Phyrexian Rager. Okay, opponent's going to lose a life and draw a card. Well, we don't love them drawing a card here. We hit Galvanic Blast. That's decent. Let's go for the old 2-for-1. See if we can pull it off. Getting greedy. Getting greedy. Beautiful. Gal Blast the Merchant. Nice. Clear up that board a bit. Pass turn. Swamp. Chainer's Edict. So that has flashbacks. Show. If we sack the Mirror Enforcer, we get him for 1, take them to 10. If we sack the Disciple Vault, we get a chance to attack the Mirror Enforcer. They're going to kill it again anyways, because they have that with flashbacks. So, that being said, we're going to sack the Disciple. And Chainer's Edict with flashback. Oh, they're just going to do it now. Yeah. Oh, then we screwed it up. Yeah, no, we screwed that up. Yeah, opponent gets in for 2. Here we were, thinking we were the 2-for-1 kings, and then we just got taught a thing about 2-for-1. And alright, let's see what we draw. Chromatic Star. Well, we will play Chromatic Star. Let's sack Chromatic Star. Add black, just in case. Draw Gal Blast. Okay. Pass turn. One gets in for 2, sure. And Phyrexian Rager's your other card, eh? Do we kill it? Oh, I think we have to wait. I would draw Frogmite. That's okay. We'll cast it. Pass turn. What a grind out here in game 2. Wow. Opponent's going to attack. How bad is a Gary right now? Pretty bad. Okay. Guess we take it down to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gary is to 4, so let's hope. Bone Picker, okay. Pain Retail. Okay, on their end step, we're going to have to go ahead and kill this thing, I think. We got no way to block that. Give us a big body. A Great Furnace. That is not a big body. Pass turn. And cast down. Well, guess what? We have Dispel. Woo! So our sideboard tech coming in. Feels good. We'll chump block. Yep. No Gray Merchant on end. Okay, that's good. We need something hot here, though. That is not hot. That is the wrong kind of hot. We don't need a furnace. Pass the turn. Oh boy. We're probably just dead, but it's worth it at this level, I think, because they could just have lands in their hand, right? I mean, we've drawn just lands. Maybe they have 2. We draw ourselves a Thought Cast. Okay, well, it's Thought Cast. And 2 lands. Opponent got us. GG's. We'll scoop it up. What a grindy game 2. That was nuts. We had 2 Frogmites and an Atog coming up, so. Ah, well. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Alright, let's do some punting with 4-color Affinity. Whoa, win the die roll. Play first. So we have Darksteel, Citadel, Chrome Star, and Vault of Whispers. Yeah, it's risky, but we do have a couple fixers here, so we'll keep it, see what happens. Alright, let's Darksteel Citadel, and then we'll run out our Chromatic Star here. Opponent will know we're on Affinity, likely, but won't know which colors yet, so. Plays a Plains, alright? And Thraben Inspector, so this is looking like a bully build of some sort. Some Boros stuff going on. Mirror Enforcer, not bad. Let's pay 2 for a Prophetic Prism. We'll get our redraw. We hit Shaman, okay. Not too bad. Pass turn like that. Opponent plays their own Chromatic Star, okay. They miss some land drops. Get us in for 1, sure. Alright, so they did miss land drop. That's good for us. We draw a Springleaf Drum. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're still short on Mirror Enforcer. We're just short a little bit of mana, but let's go ahead, add green, tap this. Let's get a Forger out. 4/4 body is good. And we'll just pass like that. Opponent finds a Seed of the Synod. Okay, so this isn't a Boros build. Oh, it's a mirror. Okay. Sweet. Ardent Recruit. Similar as our Forger, I see. Okay. So I think we want to draw a land here. Red or a green source. We get another Atog. Interesting. Okay, well, let's go to combat. Opponent takes it. Add red for a Shaman. And then we'll just run out of Springleaf Drum. Cool, pass like that. We can play an Enforcer next turn, which is nice. Opponent's gonna crack their star by the looks of it. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't just sack. Do we want to do this anyways? And draw a card with the deal? No, we want to be able to cast Enforcer, so I guess that's the way that goes. Yep, God Blast resolves. Opponent's going to get in for 6 this turn. So yeah, we have to go on defense here. Opponent gets in for 4, okay. Draw a land, please. Vault of Whispers, that is a land. So we can go ahead and pay 1 for a Mirror Enforcer. Crack. Let's add green. Disciple. Let's play Forger first, and then we'll play Disciple Atog next turn. So we have some defenses now. We could just run out a Disciple by tapping our Springleaf here, but kind of want to keep up our 4/4s. We'll just pass like that. One finds Great Furnace, okay. Plays Prism, okay. Gets a redraw for sure. And another Ardent Recruit, okay. No shortage of those. Opponent, no attacks. Cool. Let's see what we draw. Another Forger, hey? Interesting. Well, let's play Disciple of the Vault. Red. Play Atog. Pass the turn? No, we can start attacking here, I think, now. Even board presence. Yeah, I think we can start attacking now. We will get in with the Forger. We have one on backup, so. Opponent double blocks, sure. I think we're okay with that. Again, we have another one in the back here. We have Atogs. Podcast, yep. Of one mind, drawing some more cards, sure. Another Inspector, okay. Opponent passes. Okay, let's see what we draw. Great Furnace. Well, let's play Great Furnace. Go to combat. They could have Gal Blast here. Blocks, blocks, blocks. We empty some of their board. We get a Disciple trigger. So we get to sap them for 1 for that. Then we'll go ahead, play ourselves an Atog. And we're running out our hand, which is a little risky, but then we'll play out another Forger. Opponent has lots of cards, some mana, some redraws. But we are in like a decent position. Pitching well, sure, take a look. Puts one on top, one on the bottom. Okay. Another Prophetic Prism, so they're able to draw the one they're looking for. No attacks. Okay, we draw Gal Blast. Let's go for... Let's think here. Let's go to combat. Let's attack, 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 attack. Just like that. So opponent blocks like that. We'll Gal Blast the Recruit. Opponent's going to fling there. So we will sack that. Keep Atog alive. Now if we sack here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do we just win here? I think we do. Let's do the math. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh yeah, we do. Cool. So sack an artifact. Sack Springleaf Drum. Oh, we lose the power on the Carapace Forger. That's right. That was kind of silly, but it's still enough. It's still enough to get us there. Sack the whole board. I saved the triggers for the Disciple, so they're all going through there. And then, yep, we have enough. Let's go to sideboards. Woo! So this is just pretty much a straight up mirror, just some different colors. So I'm going to bring in the Reaping of the Graves just to grab stuff from our graveyard, if that's kind of where the game gets to. And we're just going to go down the Witching Well for that. So hopefully it works. Run it like that. All right. This hand is interesting. We do have a Mirror Retriever. We can play Forger as a 4/4 turn 2, and then we can Thoughtcast Cracking the Star. So, yeah, I think we'll try it. Opponent has Darksteel Citadel. Alright. See what we draw here. Another Thoughtcast. Okay, well, let's Vault of Whispers, Chromatic Star. Go ahead, opponent. Opponent has Ancient Den and Chromatic Star for themselves. Okay. And they pass over to us. Alright. Draw Frogmite, which isn't bad. So do we want a Carapace Forger here, or do we want a Mirror Retriever Frogmite? I think we're better off if we Carapace Forger, stay on the aggressive. And then next turn we can Mirror Retriever Frogmite. And if we draw land, maybe even Thoughtcast all in the same turn. Opponent plays Great Furnace, alright. And Atog. For sure. Okay, we want to draw a land here. We draw a Disciple of the Vault. It's not quite what we're looking for, so let's Mirror Retriever. We'll go to combat. If they want to block with everything, and pump this up and sack all their stuff, they're certainly allowed to. Opponent does block. Sacks Ancient Den. Sacks Darksteel Citadel. Okay. Interesting choice. That's fine. Our Forger will pass on. Then we're going to run out a Frogmite. Hoping the land destruction they had to kind of give themselves sets them back far enough that we're able to do some stuff here. So, plays a Plains, unless they just have a land full of hand, I guess. Okay, Ardent Recruit, that's good for them. Needs another artifact before it turns on, though. No attacks, for sure. Okay. Well, we draw Galv Blast. Go to combat. Let's attack with a Frogmite. You take it down to 18, sure. Let's just play Carapace Forger. That's the turn. Opponent plays another Great Furnace. Second Atog. Okay, that's not fantastic. No attacks. Okay. Land, please. Draw a Vault of Whispers. That is a land. Play Disciple of the Vault. Let's Thoughtcast. So we'll Disciple the Vault. We'll always hit our opponent. So I'll just save those triggers, so whenever an artifact dies, including our opponents, they'll feel that too. So you won't see the triggers on screen because it'll just auto-do it. But, so we'll draw 2 cards from our Thoughtcast. Hopefully get a blue or a red. Oh, we got a Springleaf Drum off the other one. Oh, okay, cool. No, this is great. Great. So let's Springleaf Drum. Let's keep some pressure up. Can block with Ardent Recruit and Atog. So we want them to have to big time pump the Atog. Then I think we're going to tap this, add red, Galv Blast, this Atog. Opponent's going to blue blast it, okay. That's fair. We do ping them for a little bit. They do get to draw a card. This is down to a 1/1 now, though, and they only have 2 lands to sacrifice, so we're still putting them in a pretty tight situation here if they want it to survive, so... if they sack... Well, we better go like this. Just in case they do sack the one. Just a little safer. Okay, we get there, kill them both, so that works out okay for us. Yeah, we'll pass like that. Next turn we can Great Furnace, we can Thoughtcast, and we have Teamer Battle Rage. That's pretty good. And we get there, yeah! Woohoo! All right. So how did we do this week? Punting and Pauper with some four-color affinity, and I gotta say, the deck, was pretty good. So up in game one, we were against a brand new brew that looked super sweet, and that was the mono black delver in quotation marks, as you would call it, where they were removing our stuff and playing Bone Picker for really good value, getting a good creature for the rate. And it was a sweet deck. It had a lot of the answers to what we were playing in just straight up creature removal. We did side in some dispels and some reaping the graves against them, and it didn't really pay off for us kind of the way we'd originally hoped. So that's okay. We lost to that deck, but it was a cool deck, brand new brew, so I kind of wanted to show it off for you guys, kind of with some double masters downshifts in there with both Bone Picker and Cast Down being really, really, really cool. And then in game two, we played the Mirror, and that was a Jeskai affinity deck. So playing like a similar strategy as us, but looked like they were only down to 3 colors, and then playing the white instead, which we didn't have, obviously. Now, I think there was one mistake in there that the opponent scooped too early, actually, where we had pumped up our ATOG to a very large size and triggering our Disciple, but the ATOG was already assigned as blocked, so despite all the damage we did with Disciple Evolve, we probably still would have got there, but the ATOG wouldn't have actually dealt any damage there because it was already assigned as block before they flinged. So worth considering, worth looking back on. That's why I don't like to early scoop myself sometimes if I can help it, because you never know what might happen. But yeah, and then in game two, I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit, and we got lucky that way when they were sacking their own lands to keep ATOG alive against the Carapace Forger. They probably should have just taken that hit, lived with their beats a little bit and tried to establish the board more. So, yeah, so this deck, very interesting. I wonder if I would personally prefer going down to a 3-color list. The reason I wanted to try the 4-color is because I really like Teamer Affinity, but I wanted to splash the Disciple of the Vault because I really, really like that card just as a whole. I think it's a cool card, cool mechanic. I think it adds a lot to the deck. As far as Mirror Retriever goes, I don't know if it did a whole lot in a lot of the games I played. I'm not sure if it has a home in this deck yet or not. Maybe somebody else will find a way. I'm certainly no brewer, so it definitely was a nice 2-drop, after a Springleaf Drum, play Frogmite sort of thing. It definitely was an interesting play line over, running extra, maybe Prism and then Frogmite in those slots that the Retrievers are taking. So worth considering anyways. So let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this deck. Like, what would you change? Would you go down a color? Was the Mirror Retriever worth running? Is the sideboard absolute garbage? Should we be doing something entirely different? All about discussion here. Let's talk. Also, I don't have enough subscribers to make posts on YouTube itself. You have to have something like 1,000 subscribers. So I'm gonna have a little pinned comment down here in the comment section, and I'm gonna have a little vote there for you guys, so make sure to check that out and let me know what you think. So with all that being said, I just want to thank you all again for joining me here on Punting and Pauper, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again next time.